the future of my smartwatch. Well, I mean, the one thing I think about the future of the smartwatch is actually that what we're seeing is that, you know, the cloud discussion, of course, affects people, normal people as well, you know. So even though we don't necessarily talk all that much about cloud as a sort of as a consequence of it, what we're seeing is that people are expecting, you know, all of their apps and all of the data to be available on all kinds of devices. So if you take, I mean, if you take an example which is not the smartwatch to start with, or whatever you call that area, if you just take a normal camera, you know, take a photograph, and then you want to put that up on Flickr or directly on Facebook or whatever you're using, but there's no button to do that. And actually there's no connectivity on the device, no Wi-Fi, nothing, you know. And then you think it's a very difficult to use camera, because I can't put it up on Facebook. And actually, if you continue down that vein, you realize that people would also, you know, if they had Facebook on that camera, they may actually also write a comment on the photograph directly on the camera. So people are, and we asked about that question, so people who have more advanced devices, if you have a smartphone or even a tablet, for example, was the most advanced device we asked about in that particular study. We saw that about half of everyone who were tablet owners said they really want to have all their apps and all their data automatically available on all devices that they have. So I think if we're going in that direction and people actually have watches on their hands again, this is sort of kind of another extension of this idea that you actually want to have everything available there as well.
Could be a watch, could be anything.
Yeah.
We have a question over here. Yeah.
And then we have one over there, and
yes.
I think that's the end of the...
Hello, I come from China SoftNet. How do you see Google Glass?
Google Glass. Google Glass. It's the next big thing. No, I'm kidding. We haven't looked into the Google Glass, and actually my answer would be very similar, I think, to the answer about the watch. So we're not looking into the technology. We're thinking about what are the needs of people here. And actually the need to have, when you have this idea, I need to do something, it should be available. That's what we're seeing. And what kind of a device you have, it depends on who you are as a person. It depends also maybe, you know, on how good different incarnations of these kinds of devices are and so on. But we don't really look into, you know, what is the best design of the different information devices.
And now we have the final question over here.
Hi.
Yes, it should be.
Okay, hi, my name is Yang Chiu. I'm from Commonwealth Magazine, a Taiwanese business magazine. I might be getting a bit ahead of schedule here, but I'd like to ask, within Ericsson, what is the internal reaction to your report? Because it would seem to me that you've discovered this market demand that you can use it all for yourself. Why share your vision with the world?
Well, it's part of our, if you look back to why Consumer Lab exists in Ericsson, we have a history since '95 where the unit was originally there to help our own product development and strategy only. Over time it has evolved, because as a company we believe that to be able to drive innovation going forward you have to have an open discussion and share your insights, and no single player can do this by their own. Because in our example, all the services that Michael talked about are not for Ericsson to provide. They are for a collaboration of many different players to happen. So this is the reason why. We hope that by engaging in discussions such as this one, we will help to drive this development to the benefit of everyone.
And I think also, if you think about, you know, the final question, if you would add something to this slide, I think is, you know, is this really going to happen?
It's up to us.
Yeah. Well, I think it's up to everyone. It's
not
up to us.
Everyone.
Right?
I mean, that's what I mean.
Actually raising the awareness of, you know, what are the real needs of people out there is an important discussion, I think, for everyone to be involved in, actually. Well, or first of all, I think the demand is there. That's what we've seen, but at least to create a discussion around, you know, what's the way forward then for different kinds of players.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And on the next slide, you can see the